Okay, it's Monday, May 8th, 2023, 76 degrees Fahrenheit in the Flatiron District. Going for a walk today. Nice. And it's during rush hour. Doing. See how rush hour is going to be in the Flatiron District. How you doing, Musa? Sorry about that moment of silence. Somebody's blasting music and I'm trying to duck them. Whichever way he's going, I'm trying to go the opposite. Tried to start a few minutes ago and somebody started blasting music on a bicycle. So I stopped the stream. I'm like starting all over again. How you doing, RJ? It's almost 80 degrees today. I can't believe it. I think this whole week is going to be pretty decent. Like this. I was thinking about going into Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm scared I might lose the signal. And then I'll have probably dead spots. I'm just gonna stay outside. Bed Bath & Beyond is closing down all their stores.
There's a lot going on.
I've been shopping there like crazy. Everything is like 10 to 30% off or something like that. They have a knife in there by Zwillinger that I want to get. They have 3 left. And the guy says nobody buys knives at that store. So we'll see how long I can hold out before I just go in and just get it. Heading towards the Chelsea area right now. So we're going west. So that chilly cold spell we had last week, that's it. So the weather's gonna be like this from now on. At least in the 60s. I'll put it that way, hopefully. Since it's 76 degrees right now. Try to go to this Japan parade coming this Saturday around Central Park. So it's supposed to be a parade. I went last year. They had their first Japanese parade in New York last year. It was pretty good. It was long. So I want to go this year and go to the festival. I think I remember last year it rained a little bit, so I didn't go to the festival. I just stayed as long as I could for the parade. Then it started drizzling, and then I left. By the time I got down further downtown, it was raining. It wasn't even drizzling anymore. It was straight rain. I'm hoping this week, this Saturday, it doesn't do anything but get sunny like today. How you doing, Karina? In fact, I'm gonna go to Herald Square. Change direction. I was gonna go to Chelsea. I don't know, maybe I'll backtrack around. Yep. Listen, have a great night. I love you. Bicycle lane, stay out of that lane. You see all these scooters and bicycles riding in, do not stand in the street. It's like asking to get hit. Those guys usually don't slow down, they just swerve around you. They're not trying to break speed. I know the feeling because I do the same thing myself when I was riding my bike. Right now we're on 6th Avenue, West 24th Street. Heading uptown. I know the Soho is going back the other way. I'm going north, not south. What's the memorial in Soho about, though? For me to go back that way, I would probably have to take a train. I don't know if I can make it. I don't know. I probably can make it. That'll be a good walk.
A mí me encanta frita, la parmesana y como la hice. Y mira, cuando yo estaba chamaquita, yo no comía ni
Can you tell me about the
hígado.
Soho Memorial, like what it's about? I don't have an extra phone to look around. I used to carry 2 phones. I traded both of those in for this phone. The Empire State Building, that needle you see up top. You're gonna see me doing 360 turns at times, so you can see where I'm going and where I'm coming from. I like to show as much as I can, so I'll be doing turns like that. Oh, okay. Now I didn't know about no memorial for him. I don't know, man. I got kind of mixed feelings. Well, I don't know the story behind that whole thing with Jordan Neely. But I only seen like bits and clips, you know, of people talking about it, but I didn't like look into it. probably going to a hotel. I'll be glad when these things are gone. These things right here, that's for those restaurants. Take up so much space. Check out the bikes. I think that's for the delivery guys. I'm not sure. And somebody's playing music. I gotta get past that. This is when you know, like in New York, at least mainly in Manhattan, there's a lot of restaurants. Because people don't cook that much. And they got the expensive stoves, like Wolf, Vulcan, you name it. I damn near seen it. And those stoves be so clean because people always eat outside. Especially when the weather gets nice. I used to carry my food all the time. When I was going to the gym all the time. Then after a while, I stopped going to the gym because I started doing a lot of bike riding and skateboarding. And I stopped cooking. Oh, okay. It took place in Lafayette. I know where that's at, but like I said, I would have to take the train to get there. I would probably be the oddball to go there and don't know what's going, like, don't know the story. You know, 'cause I really don't. 'Cause I was looking at it on bits and clips on YouTube, and some people say it was 15 minutes, somebody said 9 minutes. I'm like, you know how everybody do their little vlog. They were saying all kinds of stuff. I was like, what? How many minutes was it? Turns out it was something like 3 minutes. I don't know.
Dai, pure di davanti. Dai, stai chiacchierando, non vede spazio.
Maybe one of these days, maybe after this vlog, this live stream, I'll probably check into it. See, like, you know, what really happened, you know. Like I said, I don't really know. I gotta turn the microphone off for a minute. Somebody is playing music, that's why I turned the microphone off. So subversion of the Empire State Building. Right now we're around Koreatown. We're on West 32nd Street. Greeley Square. If I go down that block, it'll be like 2 blocks long. like I said, Koreatown. It's mainly restaurants and small like shops. They used to set up a stage over there and have Korea Day, but they kind of made it bigger. So last year when they did the Korea Day, they didn't have it on the block in Koreatown. They took it to Union Square on 17th Street and Broadway, and they had to set up a nice size stage. It was pretty big, and they did all their performances there. So it came out nice. Hope I catch it this year. It's another one. It kind of started raining a little bit. This is where we at. I mean, if you can bear the heat, the best time to take a vacation in New York, in my opinion, is like July and August. Even though it's hot, at least the weather, at least you're more guaranteed of a dry day or a dry week or two. You don't have to worry about rain so much. Nobody wants to go on vacation and get rained out. I know that's how I feel. I'm taking my vacation when it's hot. Taking mine in the middle of July. More like the middle to the end of July. 2 weeks. So I'm gonna try to do a lot of walking around the city. Providing it doesn't get rained out, and try to hit some events. I almost didn't walk today. I said, let me come out. Especially it's nice and sunny. Pretty clear. Herald Square. I'm trying to duck the music. I'm playing music.
Come again.
The world's famous Macy's. Always go to Macy's if you want deals. They always have something on sale, especially on Wednesdays. Go there on a Wednesday. That's when everything usually goes, not everything, but a lot of stuff goes on sale. Anytime I go to Bloomingdale, that's my same complaint all the time. I've never seen a sale in Bloomingdale. They're on 59th Street, Lexington Avenue. They're doing some hula hoop thing over in front of Macy's. Let me get as close as I can. If they're playing music, I'm gonna leave. Pretty sure they're playing music. Right now, I just can't hear it. Sometimes they have yoga classes here. Pilates. There's always something going on around here in this area. And all this stuff is free. You just join right in. They're playing music, but it's kind of low. This street used to run. This is Broadway. They just closed it off to the public. They're doing that a lot around the city, just like they had Broadway used to run through Times Square. Then they shut Broadway down and only have 7th Avenue running. That's why you don't see, if you ever go to Times Square, you don't see two streets going the same direction. The music's starting to pick up. Hey, this window looks nice. It's Mother's Day. Would live stream through Macy's, but they have a lot of dead spots. So when you walk through, you can lose your signal. It's just better just to do a 1080 or 4K video of that area of Macy's or pretty much any store. But then again, they also play a lot of music. That's a designer that passed away, Paul Lagerfeld. First display I saw was at Bloomingdale's. Put those big shiny heads inside the windows. I think they're like a little over a month ago. That's Blue Band Group. They're like a drumming group. I used to work on one of their fish tanks. But they only had one fish tank. I used to work on their fish tank at a studio where they used to record and practice. I mainly go to the same spot when I cook. When I eat. I go to the same spot all the time. Cooking yourself is worth it anyway. Got the whole designs. I don't know what year he passed away. It wasn't too long ago though. I can't wait till they finish working on the Madison Square Garden. That's gonna be something. I saw some of the work.
I have one of those sticks. I just don't know how to use it.
Just put it on just like this
Same here.
and just turn it.
I bought it for the gym, but I'm like, nah, it's still got it now.
Well, you gotta program yours because you're probably moving around. So you gotta program it.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, they're redecorating Madison Square Garden. So they extended the building and it's come all the way out to the sidewalk. I'm going there right now to see if I can get a look on the inside. I'll put up a short video of it. But the part that extends to the sidewalk, what they did, I can see it from here. It's getting better. They made the whole ceiling light up. And it's not just lights. It's moving like, how can I say? Like Las Vegas, the way they do their ceilings. It's just like a giant screen. Yeah, and they hooked it up. Oh, Janet Jackson's performing tonight. I went to see her back in the, I think it was the late 80s. I think it was 88, something like that. She put on a great show though. That's when you had to wait outside to get your tickets. You couldn't get it online. There was no online or any of that. So whatever the price was, I think her tickets was like $24 or something like that. You can be in the you can be wherever you sit, all the seats was the same at that time. That's Madison Square Garden. They just gave it a lot of glass. Yeah, but that's the way they did it back then. There was no, this is the $600 seats, this is the $2,000 seats, there was none of that. Let me see. Now you got to pay for your seating, like where you're sitting. I went to the Michael Jackson concert back here in '88. It was the same thing. Like I said, back then, you pay one price for the seats. It's just a matter of how fast you get to the spot. So what people used to do back then, you used to wait overnight to get your seats, like to get a spot. See how it's lit up? All of that blue. It's just like a giant screen TV. That's what it's gonna be, and it's gonna go all the way to the end. They just didn't finish it. All of that's gonna be a giant screen. That's all it really is. It's a giant screen, like a TV, and they just run advertisements or whatever. They're just trying to complete it. I remember they advertised her concert. This is Janet Jackson. They was advertising her concert early in the year. I think it was February, or around February they was advertising this concert. I don't go to stuff like that too tough anymore. Like I said, you paying for the seats now. There's no. Before, the only ones who had different prices for seats was the scalpers, the ticket scalpers. They're the ones who was if they got good seats, they'll charge you all this astronomical cash. You know, they was the only ones doing that. But like I said, back then in the 80s and all of that, like I paid $27.50 for Michael Jackson's tickets, and I had good seats. I was stage level. Like I could, the seats I was in leveled off with the stage. So when I stood up to watch the show, let's say if I was standing, it was like I could just walk on the stage. There you go.
So then,
Yeah, so
she was like,
that's how everything changed with the, whatchamacallit, tickets. But you still got ticket scalpers for anything, you know. I can imagine what they charge. They selling bootleg shirts right now to the show. So it's not going to be the same quality as, of course, the ones you would get from the concert. When I went to the Michael Jackson show, his sister Janet, she came to the show. It was like a show outside of the concert, as in all of the people that was coming to the show to see her, to see Mike. It was the bad tour back then. Janet showed up, and she sat in the audience like with us. So she wasn't too far away from where I was sitting, and me and the girl I was with. So I walked over there just to see what she looked like and all of that kind of stuff. But I mean, it was like a star-studded event. Emmanuel Lewis showed up. He sat damn near on the stage. Latoya Jackson. I can't remember everybody right now. I can't remember all the people that showed up. I went 2 days. I went the Saturday, Friday, and Saturday show. He had a Thursday show also, but that was like for charity. And you had to have, those were like special seats. You couldn't even get those. Like radio stations was giving away those tickets. Yeah, but I was always going to events. Only thing that slowed me down was this virus thing. That slowed everything down for everybody, not just me. Some events that used to happen, they're not happening right now. Maybe they are going to happen this year. I'm gonna definitely try to hit some events. Some events I go to, they won't allow you to record. So that's another thing. Especially in the summertime, I go to events all the time. I go to events all year round, but mainly the summertime. That's why I say the best time to come to New York is summertime. There's a lot of stuff like free performances. A lot of stuff is free. You just gotta show up. You just can't be lazy. You'd be surprised who you can see, but a lot of the performers showing up at different places. Because we got a thing called Summer Stage. Right now I'm on Fashion Avenue, which is 7th Avenue. I'm on West 35th Street. And I'm walking uptown towards Times Square. But like I said, if you can deal with the heat, the only thing that messed New York up mainly is it's not just hot. Well, it's pretty much the East Coast. The humidity is high. That's what gets you. You know. My thing is just carry a bottle of water. Get a thermos with some ice cubes in there. Fill it up with as much ice as you can. Put some water in there and just walk with it. Put it in the backpack if you have to. But like I said, you gotta get up. Get out. That's the main thing. Because if they said the show starts at 5 o'clock, let's just throw in numbers. Don't get there at 5 o'clock. You got to get there early. Try to get there like 2:30. It's a 5 o'clock showing. Get there like 2:33. Well, at least get an hour. At least get there an hour before everything kicks off. Because the best acts usually don't start off. And sometimes they have new acts. They'll show up. And all of this stuff is free. They write, all those artists, they write that stuff off for taxes. So you'll see somebody like Beyonce or whatever. They'll show up. And another thing, you just gotta hope it don't rain. But definitely check the forecast. Even if it says it's gonna rain, just carry an umbrella. But sometimes it'll just drizzle or nothing will happen. It'll just be a cloudy day. I don't know how true it is, but I always heard those guys are not real. Like they're not real monks. This is something that started, like these stones you see? All of that started around 9/11. They started adding things of that nature. That's when they started adding these type of things. And then also they had two incidents. One quite a few years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. Some nut job took a car and drove on the West Side Drive and started riding through the park. He hit a few people. And then they started installing these around the city in sensitive areas. This is considered like a sensitive area since it's a lot of people, a lot of tourists. You don't know what you want to do. Any area that's like this, they put up these type of stones. Well, they man-made. They're not something they dug out the ground. It's mainly just concrete, and they just paint it over it, or they'll put some type of vinyl on it. Hello, Matt Goodman. This is the garment district. That's why you see this big needle and pin and thread. That's what this is. They just did that this year. They always change this particular spot up. This never moves. They kept this here. Man, I can't believe it's so nice out today. Dealing with all that cold weather last week. In spring, I thought it was never gonna heat up. Also, the best way to get around the city is use your phone, then get an electric bike or electric scooter. Just use Google Maps. Find out where you want to go. You're good. You don't have to pedal because you really don't want to get a regular pedal bike and start pedaling and it's hot and humid and you're building up a sweat. That's the only reason why I say just get a scooter or an electric bike, one of the two. And if you're not allergic, get like a bag of nuts and some fruits, and you're good. But I mean, if you got a family with you, like with kids and all that, then you can forget that. Unless they're teenagers. Make sure you can get a helmet with the whatever vehicle you're gonna ride, whether it's electric bike Little electric scooter. Right now we're heading towards Times Square. I don't know what's going on. I've never seen this many cars together. It's like 4 of them. Yeah, it's about 4 of them. And those pedicabs you see right there, that's good for a short run because they charge like $7 a minute. You know, some are cheaper than others too, so you gotta watch for that. Like I went around just to be a goofball, and I did it like I think last year or the year before. I got in one of those pedicabs and I rode around Times Square for like 20 minutes. It came out to like $100 and some dollars. I think $130, $103, something like that. I just told the guy to ride slow because I was doing TikTok at the time. I stopped doing TikTok. I just stick strictly to YouTube now. I lost that account. Yeah, whatever.
On the other hand,
20 hours, doesn't leave.
Well, I've been walking for almost an hour. I can't believe it. I don't feel like it. I'm not walking fast, that's what it is. I'm walking real slow. I mean, an area like this would be good to walk in. But I mean, if you want to see Manhattan and get around quick from spot to spot and you're not shopping, then I would say, like I said, do the scooter or the electric bike. At least do it for one day, I'd put it that way. Just to get around real quick. Just stay in the touristy like areas. And this guy's blasting music. Sorry people, I gotta turn this off. The microphone. don't want to get hit with the copyright thing. So that's why I turn the microphone off. Somebody else is playing. Really want to know more of the history of New York, and go on one of those walking tours where they do areas like the Village. They have walking tours of Times Square, and they'll tell you about all the buildings and what was here, what's not here anymore. And you'll be in a group, probably like 25 people or something like that. Doggy. Hey Joe, how you doing? I didn't know you were going. Sometimes I put the phone close to my chest and I can't see. It's on the screen. Break dances are out. I'm not going on that side of the street. I'm crossing the street. I know they're gonna blast the music. That could have been a bad accident. And I almost rode my skateboard today. Now they made it where you can't bring electric vehicles like skateboards, scooters, what is that? The unicycles. You can't bring them into hospitals now. Because those things been catching fires. People been getting cheap. Sorry about this, people. Nice blast music, that's why I turned it off. Yeah, these guys been buying these cheap. That's what they mean by sometimes you get what you pay for. You buy these inexpensive, super cheap bicycles, electric bicycles. What's the other one? The scooters. They get the real cheap ones, and those things are catching fire. I'm pretty sure you can YouTube and you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, quite a few fires in New York from those electric vehicles. In the beginning, the company I was buying mine from, they had a problem. They only had, I think, 2 incidents. It's a booster board. It caught fire. This was like years ago. I'm gonna have to turn the microphone off. Here we go.
This is the first show of the day.
Thank you, Joe. Letting them know. Yeah, when the booster board came out years ago, they had 2 booster boards that caught fire. One in New York, and I forgot what the other one was. Because they were selling like crazy in New York with those booster boards. I bought 2 of them, so when one breaks down, I ride the other one until I can get the other one fixed. I was running through the... And once the virus thing came around, then I started riding everything. So it's a good way to get around. I went. Except the only place I didn't get to take it to was like a theater. They wouldn't allow any skateboards in. Because some kids is jumping up and down on the skateboards, the regular skateboards. Instead of just walking in the theater and watch the movie, they was doing stupid stuff. Check that out. Lamborghini. I love that color. I don't know if that's a wrap or he actually got it painted that color. Trying to avoid some of these people's video pictures. You know what it feels like for somebody to just walk right into your shot. sturdy dancers. That's what they are. That's what this guy is in the black shirt with the long hair. Straight hair.
I just felt like
They're doing that right now. They're doing that sturdy dance. I don't want to go over there and get caught into the music. So they put all the seats out so nobody can come over here and perform like the break dancers. Shooting a video. You see me just turn around like that, that means I hear music. I'm hearing the music before the microphones pick it up. Now the guys that normally do the dancing, I don't hear any music. Now as soon as I go over there and want to go to the top of the steps, that's when the music is gonna pop on. Oh man. I think this is one of them. Got like braids in his hair with a brace on his. Yeah, that's him. Shafar, how you doing? He does sturdy dancing mixed with break dancing.
Yeah, in Pakistan here too.
I subscribe to his channel. He's pretty good. Well, he's the best I've seen so far. Sometimes when he goes on live, I'll give him a donation. Because he mainly do short form videos. That's what he mainly does. He got something like, he got 2 million followers. But he gets around. He be going to different states. He go to different countries. He was in Paris. What's another one? I think he was in London. He gets around. He goes to Miami. He's talking to his phone now. He's probably doing live content outside. Normally when he goes live, he'll be in his house or somebody else's house, and then he'll go live and talk. But he won't dance. He'll just be talking to whoever's watching. Well, I'll donate like $10, $20 anytime he goes live and I catch him. Sister dances too. just started dancing. I hear the music, so I'm not going over there. No, it's Monday, so it's not as busy. Of course, as the weekend, as we get towards the end of the week, Friday, it'd be real busy. It's still early. Like almost 7:15 New York time. Sun will go down around 8 o'clock. By the time we hit the summertime, it'll be going down around 8:30.
Ya me quedé capturado.
Yo me la puse porque no me queda ver.
Yo me quedé viendo así.
They were reviewing it and Tom, I guess. At the airport.
They really extending that show with the breakdance. I want to walk through this.
Right here, look, come together. You together. I'm getting both of you together. Right here.
Marico, tú sabes que ahorita que yo tengo que
Girl dressed as an angel. That's we're doing a photo shoot. Trying to see if I can get her. can't. Yeah. Well, I guess y'all can see her. Maybe it's for a commercial. I should have just did it. Nah. Somebody got on a Greeley shirt. It's a hoodie. The guy who got in the subway. So he must have just came from there. He got his shirt decorated in the front and the back. So somebody's making merch off of that. For that guy's death. So I don't know, maybe they trying to raise money to bury him. I don't know. Like I said, I don't keep him. I've not been watching that thing. Maybe I should check it out, like I said. See if I can get the guy. The guy in the gray shirt. Well, the gray sweat, the gray hoodie. He has on one of those Greeley shirts. The guy that passed away in the subway. Got choked out, choked to death, one of the two. So maybe he was in the Soho area and went to that event. Wow, it's kind of dead around here. Maybe a lot of people went somewhere else. get off the main streets and go on one of the odd blocks. So he's drawing caricatures for 5 hours. Hardly anybody in that restaurant.
Tony.
Right now we're on West 42nd Street, 6th Avenue. Fashion Avenue for some. Well, further down it would be considered that. That's 7th Avenue.
It's mine.
The Avenue of the Americas. Empire State Building in the background. One that looks like a needle. And that's Bryant Park. playing music. That's why I turned the microphone on.
나긴 했는데 쪽쪽
Thank you very much, Joe.
Mango stuff, but like there's just too much.
Cozy.
I studied it really because I know I can change that doesn't curl. This is a whole mess. Like, this is such a mess.
Right now we're on 5th Avenue and 42nd Street. And this is the public library. And we have Bryant Park. No, I don't have merch. No, I don't. That may go down the road. Since it was winter, you know, it was cold, I wasn't coming out. So most of my subscribers turned up off of my short form videos. Not the long ones like this, where it's live streams. So at least maybe 800 to 1,000 people. Yeah, around that much from short form video.
Thank you.
Came over here to see what this is about. Man, somebody had their work cut out for them. All of this. It's a painting. They painted all of that on. It don't look like it's yeah, somebody painted that on. First I thought it was vinyl. Oh, it just might be vinyl, but it looks like paint. This is vinyl. All them words stretched out to a line, that's vinyl. Got a library across the street from another library. Walking towards Koreatown, which is on 32nd Street. Right now we're on East 39th Street and 5th Avenue. Almost 8 o'clock. Check out this bag, it looks like a clock. Enjoying that shit. Yep. I think Spider-Man got a new movie coming out, if I'm not mistaken, called Spider-Verse. Looks similar to like the first one, that cartoonish looking one. Miles Morales, that's what I think his name is. I saw that one in the theater. That was pretty good. The effects of the light, the colors. We're trying to beat that one with this one that's coming out. That's going to be interesting. Because it's not live action. It's, like I said, like animation. The colors are very punchy. Very bright. So it doesn't look like the regular animation that you see from, how would I say, Japanese one. It's more colorful. Just want to get a good view of this building. That's a graduate school. Empire State Building. Of course, you can't see the top because I'm too close to it. Now, when you say you have the original Spider-Man comics, you're talking about the ones from the 60s and 70s? My oldest brother, he's now the oldest. This guy had shelves. It's like he had regular books. And he took up the whole wall. I mean, I was a kid, so I don't know. I can't give you an example how long of a wall it was. But his whole wall was covered with comic books. I was like, whoa. I just looked at him. I didn't touch any of those comic books that was on the wall. I mainly got into comics for the art's sake. That's what I mainly got into comics for. So I wasn't a big reader of comics. Even now, I just like to get it for the art. But that's all I did when I was in school anyway. I did music and art. Every school I went to, that's what I did. So how far do your comic collection goes back? Like how many years? What's the oldest book you got and what year it is? I don't even know if my brother still have any of those comics. I should ask him. Wow, two people got into I got a real small comic collection. It's probably 2 crates. And like I said, I just got it for the art. I got a lot of Galactus books. But none of that stuff was old. Like yours. Turn this off for a moment. Somebody's playing music, of course. Man, 1966. It's like a year after I was born. I was born in 65. I want to see what they're gonna do with this. They put out a lot of comic books with Galactus on it. I want to see if they're gonna actually introduce him in any of this stuff that they're putting out, like any future movies. Well, they've been hyping him up for at least 2 years, 2 or 3 years now. Sometimes they'll put the image of Galactus on the front cover of a book, and he's not in the book at all. Just him on the cover. So usually when they do stuff like that, we're in Koreatown, 32nd Street and Fifth Avenue. Usually when they do that, that means they're gonna release something of a movie. Same thing they did with and they still haven't released one yet. Thundercats. They just have the patches out, and then they have fan-made Thundercats. People who know how to do the animation thing. But yet no Thundercats came out yet. At least not a movie. I don't know if it's gonna be live action or it's gonna be animation.
First, and slowly, like, you have to like.
Yeah, I guess one of those, probably one of those things you gotta wait and see.
And then
If your stuff is in good condition, like mint, if you ever think about selling it, they have people that go to the Comic-Con and I mean, you can set up a table and sell it. If that's what you ever wanted to do. I took a lot of stuff that I had from, what it was, 1980s, from the Bad Tour, and some of the stuff from mainly magazines and the Victory Tour. I sold them to a record store in the Village. I didn't make a whole bunch of money, but I made a few dollars, and like $400, $500. I did that like something like 10 years ago, maybe more. The guy gave me cash, you know, so that was cool. Nowadays, you can auction your stuff off, especially if it's in good condition. You got the acid board with the plastic. You can get good money for it. Like everything I buy, like if it's any of those comic books, I immediately put it in plastic and a acid-free cardboard. Same thing I did with all of my magazines. Like I said, of the Michael Jackson stuff. I took all of that stuff and I had it just like that, even the shirts. I put them in plastic bags. I do that with everything. I kept all of those magazines from that time. At least all the ones they released in New York. Any magazines that I've seen, I immediately bought plastic bags for it from a comic shop. And I got the acid-free boards. And I put all of those magazines there. Each of them got their own plastic bag and board, acid-free board. So nothing is like fingerprinted up. None of my stuff is like that. But I don't remember my brother. Like I said, this was the 1970s. I don't remember any of that stuff any of his books were in plastic. Not that I remember. I'm gonna walk through this flower thing and turn the mic off for a minute. It's blasting music. That's why I turned the microphone off. Sorry. West 32nd Street, Korea Way, and Broadway.
Man, you're flagging. I am, man. Taco?
Last night on my way home, like all yesterday, they had that TD Bank bike tour, 5-borough bike tour. I was like, man, by the time I get home, everything will be cleared up. This might have been their biggest year doing the 5-borough bike tour. I came home late, got off the ferry, and there was no buses at the terminal. It was like 2,000 unattended bikes. Well, they had attendants. They had guys to watch the bikes. But it was like 2,000 bikes just sitting at the ferry. We had to walk up a big hill to go catch the bus. Well, 2 hills. We had to walk close to the courthouse. So, you know, everybody was complaining about that one. Every year so I'm gonna join that thing, but I never do it. My bike is not working anyway. I gotta take my bike to the shop and get a tune-up. Thank you again, Joe. That's Horace Greeley. Well, I mean, it's nighttime. We're gonna see but so much. That your, look on that side, you got something on the ground. Look on the ground, you got something on the ground. Look, not there, over there. Oh, it's not yours? Okay. We're coming back to Macy's right now. Pretty much I'm gonna close out over here. I was just get ready to say that no ping pong table. You can believe how competitive ping pong is. This guy was telling me he used to teach ping pong. He said the students got so good they started beating the teachers. I was like, what? So they got so sophisticated with that stuff. Before they used to just have the paddles and they was made of wood. They started making them out of carbon fiber, making them out of what's the other material? Titanium, just to make it as light as possible, so they could be that much faster than their opponent. I don't know. You can imagine if it's made out of carbon fiber, it's expensive. Somebody's plastic. Okay, people, this is pretty much it. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to this channel. What I pretty much do daily. I'm not doing a live stream like this. I'm putting up short form videos on YouTube. But if you haven't already, like and subscribe to this channel. The daily videos. Short and long. Those who tuned in, thanks for tuning in. Karina, John, Joe.
There's probably movies already.
If I forgot your name, sorry. You have a good day, and for some, a good night. If I try to get up tomorrow, do a video. I'm definitely gonna try to do one Saturday for the Japanese parade and festival. Okay, people, y'all take it easy and enjoy. Maybe you want to play it back and see the stuff that you missed. Ciao.